Project Paranormal. A man named Dave Jones from the Project Paranormal YouTube channel is a paranormal investigator that frequently investigates haunted locations. According to Dave, he received a video from a friend that instantly sent chills down his spine. His friend explained that he's been experiencing terrifying things in his old home that he just can't explain. And to make matters creepier, his house was once used as a funeral home. On a daily basis, he's been hearing strange, disembodied voices and footsteps as if people he cannot see are roaming around his house. In an attempt to catch proof of these anomalies, he set up a camera to record, but what he ended up catching is downright unsettling. A horrifying shadow figure made its way into view, then walked across the living room. This crystal-clear silhouette slowly walked through the room in the unmistakable outline of a man. And this is clearly no ordinary shadow, as it walked behind the couch with no shadow cast on it. Dave and his friend firmly believe this to be the spirit that's been haunting his home. But what do you think? The Screaming Ghost. A man named Ali McDaniel from North Carolina had just returned from a fishing trip when he heard something strange coming from nearby. He eventually tracked the sound down to a public restroom where the sound was unmistakable. He pulled out his phone and began to record, and this is what happened next.
Yo, what the f- What the? Bro. There's nobody in here. Yo!
The sound of a woman desperately screaming for help was coming from inside the bathroom. But as he took a look inside, there was no one there. Utterly confused, he looked in the mirror in disbelief at what he was experiencing. But was this a ghost, or possibly just a creepy prank? McPhantom. A woman named Mandy posted a video to TikTok back in May that caused quite a commotion. One night while relaxing at home with her family, her daughter began recording a funny conversation they were having. But while recording, something unexpected happened.
All right, so Dad, if you remember the
I'm telling you, I
stupid rap.
I could do it all. I think it was like 88, 89, maybe, I don't think it was 90, maybe 87, 88, 89. They had this record that was a square. It was from McDonald's, but they put it in the Columbus Dispatch. But anyway, it's like a piece of paper, but you put it on like a 33. And it had like the Big Mac song on it. And if you could recite it and go into the store, like the restaurant, and recite it, they give you free food or some shit. But I still know the whole song.
This has got to be the nerdiest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Check it out.
Go.
Are you posting this on
I'm gonna post it.
Well, just a disclaimer, I'm fat and I don't give a shit. So
Oh
check
God.
this out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Big Mac McDLT, quarter pounder with some cheese, filet of fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, a Happy Meal, McNuggets, tasty golden French fries.
Did you see that? Are you kidding me right now?
While reciting an old McDonald's rap, the cup on the table mysteriously began moving. This movement eventually caught the man's attention, and as he focused on the cup, it incredibly flew off the table. He immediately jumped back in fear with no explanation to what just happened. Until this day, no one in the family can explain this. So can this movement easily be explained, or was this caused by the ghost of Ronald McDonald? Shadow people. One day, a man named Alex received a disturbing video from one of his friends. In the video, his friend was leaving his home at 5:30 in the morning to head to work. But as the camera in the hallway was recording, it managed to catch something terrifying. As he exited his apartment, a chilling, dark figure came through the door and walked through the hallway. But this figure somehow vanished into thin air. This strange figure looks to be short with a bizarre-shaped head, unlike anyone I've ever seen. The man could have sworn he saw something out of the corner of his eye, but thinks he must have just been seeing things. But it wasn't until he later watched this footage that he was left with goosebumps over his entire body. The Facility Phantom. On a TikTok account called Tim Saver, a man named Tim worked as a security guard at an undisclosed facility. But during his night shifts, he began to experience unsettling paranormal activity. He began documenting these encounters on TikTok, and what he's managed to catch is downright chilling.
I'm the only guard left in this facility willing to work the night shift. The following two corridors are dreadful to walk through. Something bad happened here. The negative energy is suffocating. The next walk through is at 3 a.m. That is the worst and most intense. Strange things happen here often. I will try to capture it on video. Night 1.
Clearly, the place he worked at looked like something straight out of a horror movie. And what he experienced late one night is downright horrifying.
A power outage in one of the storage rooms was causing the fire alarm to go off. I have to turn them off manually, and part of my job is to also do a walkthrough of the room. What you're about to see is the first time the entity in this facility has manifested physical aggression.
No! Ah!
Night 5.
A dark force seems to be lurking inside of this facility, and with Tim being the only person inside, this entity has directed all of its attention to him.
I don't have to be here. I can quit any time. But I'm drawn to this place. Whatever is going on, I feel like I need to see it through. The following video takes place in one of the break rooms. I try my first feeble attempt at communication. Please excuse my raspy voice. I'm still recovering.
It just got really cold in here. I had to turn off my radio earlier. It's jumping with static. Usually that means it's close. Man, that's cold. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Yeah, I can definitely feel something in here. Whoa. Shit. Just saw my apple move. Just saw him move. Oh. What do you want? Who are you? What does this mean? What do you want? Why are you playing games? Why did you attack me the other day? What do you want?
From his apple moving on its own, to the cup of coffee sliding across the table, these occurrences have left Tim terrified to go to work. But what Tim experienced a few nights later changed everything entirely.
This is not the first time I was dragged from the neck by this thing. But what happened today has me questioning my resolve to continue working here. I've shown this video to the company, and they have promised to send help. It was intriguing that they were not at all surprised at what they saw. I could be wrong, but I don't believe the entity is a ghost or demon. It's something more advanced. An invisible force seemed to grab Tim by the neck and violently toss him around the hall.
This terrifying moment would have sent my chicken ass running for dear life. But for whatever reason, Tim decided to stay. But he would later come to regret this decision.
Hello?
While in a back room filled with mannequins, Tim noticed a pair of black, shadowy hands hanging over a metal surface. He stared on in terror as these hands slid upwards, disappearing into the darkness. But if we brighten this footage, we can clearly see a full-body figure standing just a few feet away. This bone-chilling figure must be the culprit that has been tormenting Tim. And whatever it is, it does not seem friendly. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe.